remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now, hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone, God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, but my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart, can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
What's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday. Man, y'all smash the like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday as well. Speaking of sold out, right? We got the sold out Discord link pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Where, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. If I do not get the content out of time, pretty much we will be talking about it in the sold out Discord. Speaking of that, right? Okay, just a quick little update. I know a couple days ago we got several sections in there. There's a show your soul section. And, you know, man, I had to feel just to lock it down a little bit because at the end of the day, man, the community for the Sold Out Discord is about showing love, and it's about representing, and it's about pretty much, you know, representing not just for the sneaker culture, but also sharing information and work together as a team. With that being said, the one unofficial rule is I have in there is, if you're going to post a pic, show love back. I ain't saying you got to go all out and mash everybody out, but I mean, at least show 1 or 2 likes. You know, I got certain people doing, you know, posts, but my thing is this. If you posting, you clearly are posting not just to show us your soul, but you're looking for some reactions. So the least you could do is show it back. You know what I'm saying? You don't post it. This is my thing. If you didn't want the reaction or anything like that, you wouldn't post it. You know what I'm saying? So I know a handful of guys is kind of keeping that active and keeping it real, and you know what I'm saying, making sure we show love to everybody. But you know, there's several people that post consistently and they don't say anything at all. You know what I'm saying? It's a selfish act to me, right? That's like an unofficial rule. I'm not mad about it or nothing like that, but you know what? Let's take a break. We'll give it another shot after X amount of time, which I got a time in my head. I'll let it know. Honestly, I'm not even going to let it know when it be lifted. I'm going to unlift the joint randomly. Then we're going to try it again. If I see the same thing. And before I lift the joint, I'll make the announcements in the Sold Out Discord. I'm like, I'm lifting it again. But if I see the same trend, guess what? I'm locking the joint. I mean, keep in mind, I can delete a channel in that joint. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my style, and I ain't mad or nothing like that. Everybody, you know, I give everybody free reigns in there to a certain extent. You know, the only major one that really bothers me is certain vulgar language, which I'm not finna speak on YouTube. But, I mean, for the most part, I don't really trip like that or get in between anything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? We work it out. Because that's how a community is. You know what I'm saying? We can agree to disagree. In fact, I just literally had that today. You know what I'm saying? I agree to disagree with somebody else. And to be honest, we've been doing that since homie joined the Discord. I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, a nice topic, man. Let's talk. You can't not know this. This is not about politics, even though I know politics kind of come involved with this, but we're more so talking the sneaker side of things. So pretty much one type we're going to cover is the shoe stocks. Looks like they're in the red, right? As they see over prolonged Middle East war. Now, in the red, if I'm not mistaken, that's not necessarily a good thing, but you know, stocks is kind of what keep things floating around too. How much people are investing in this company, you know, and this company uses to put back into it. But this is not something that the company may have did wrong. So we're going to be talking that. And obviously, the other major updates I'm going to be covering is, and I'm probably going to start with Adidas first and then go to the shoe stocks situation last. Pretty much, Adidas expands CEO Bun Jordan Gluten his contract, right? Okay, through 2030. So we're going to be talking Adidas and just a little bit of their challenges, and pretty much Adidas is breaking in the innovation pipeline drive for growth. Like, again, we say all the time that Nike and Jordan brand them need something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan, he got the athlete situation on lock, even though other athletes are on there. But I mean, we buy their shoes, but we don't really trip like that. Even I would say under Jordan, and this is my opinion, so allegedly RP to Kobe, but I think his shoes fall underneath Jordan's, and then in between. We had some highs from there. They wanted to be LeBron, but I still feel like Kobe's take off a little bit more before LeBron's, depending on the model. But overall, I'm going to give it to Kobe, you know what I'm saying? And it sucks that they started paying this much homage to Kobe after he's no longer here, in my opinion, right? That's just my thoughts. We're going to cover those. I'm going to start with Adidas stuff first and then cover the stock situation. Let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building. Looks like we got Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building. Says, I'm doing good. Jones, ready to watch NBA games on ESPN. What up, Thomas? What's Gucci, bro? That's probably what I'm going to do. Had a long day. I feel like I'm caught up for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Probably going to chill and just do nothing, just relax. Probably go to bed, man. I mean, one thing about the kid, man, I noticed I've been lacking lately, man. You guys may have noticed, may not notice, but I mean, I'm putting my content out in time, but for whatever reason, I feel like I'm still losing time for something. So I got to figure it out. It's something I'm doing on my end or something that's in the way that's causing interference, in my opinion. But I'm going to figure it out. We got Divine Photos in the building. Divine says, what's good, everyone? He says, show appreciate to others' hard work. Exactly, bro. And that's my whole thing, too. Like, obviously, the person taking the time to take the picture of an on-feed pic. Keep in mind, Divine, and I'm pretty sure you remember one person, and not just one person, but several people would ask me, like, yo, can you do a tutorial on how to make an on-feed? And I'm like, man, I thought it was, like, self-explanatory, but, you know, some people want to see if they can, you know, do their own style, but incorporate how you do it, because maybe they can, that's how they learn, you know? So I wasn't even dissing it, you know what I'm saying? The Discord is where we show love to each other. I ain't saying you got to do that on every time somebody posts something, but the main part of the Discord is sneakers, I thought. You know what I'm saying? Especially when somebody got like a Gotham or something like that. I don't even hold it like that, but if you're going to take the time to unlace a joint or loosen up the laces or lace them up and you're taking a picture, why not show a little bit of love? You know what I'm saying? It takes like all of like what? Less than like 30 seconds, man. If you ain't got 30 seconds to show love to your superior, then come on, dog. That's my thing. Maybe 45 seconds at best. I ain't even timed it. You know what I'm saying? But once you get it down to a science, it remembers your most recent. So it's not that hard to react, in my opinion. Devon says, had to cop my grill. I saw you did put a something in the Gotham section. I gotta check it out. For real, for real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right here on the spot. Cause I already know I should have checked it out already. But you know, I have to prep for the live. I have to shoot video. I don't want to make excuses or anything like that. But you know, I also know how I do. You know what I mean? My schedule, I stay busy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I see you. I see you. Okay, you got the 5 joints. Okay, nice, 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 nice. And I see, looks like Dark Knight, he caught some Kobe's as well. I mean, you guys, y'all boys been on it, man. Appreciate that as always, man. But let's go ahead and dive into tonight's topic, man, because I want to make sure I stay right at that hour mark. We're already like 20 minutes in, and I didn't even realize it. But at the same time, I know I'll probably be starting a little bit later than normal. But smash that like button as y'all commenting out. Sub up if you haven't done so already. And yeah, let me give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. And again, no beef in the Discord at all. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of we can agree to disagree type of situation, which has always been that way. But anyway, let's start with the Adidas stuff, and then we'll cover the stocks. Well, we'll cover Adidas first, two stories, and then we'll cover the shoe stocks. So let me share my screen here. Give me like 2 seconds. As y'all coming in out, let me know if audio and visuals is good because it's looking good on my end. Looks like we're gonna go over why Adidas just extended the CEO Bonjour Gluten's contract through 2030. Right? Okay. So think about it. We're still in what 2026. So homie got a good 5-year extension. That's a win in his book because I mean, you know, he keeps making money. I mean, he's gonna probably make it regardless. But now the money he's used to, I'm assuming usually when they extend, don't necessarily mean you get a raise. It could, but you know that means you got your steady flow that you're getting coming in. You know what I mean? And obviously that means he's doing something right, or they're trying to take the time to find somebody else to replace it. But I mean, clearly he's been doing something right in my book. Where Adidas is not really competing with Nike, in my opinion, no, they just don't have. They're just not a Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But they got the Pharrell, they got the Jellyfishes. You know, we got the AE joints. They've been making moves. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing their thing. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. I ain't going to sound like no hater. But it says, since joining the company, the executive excluded on his roadmap aimed to make Adidas a healthy company by 2026. Has he done that? You know, and in what way? I know the words innovation is probably going to go in and out through this live the entire time. But my thing is this, has he done it? Maybe so. But at the same time, you seem like he's also played off of like the missed marks where Nike them could have had it. If you think about this, I remember we seen a lot of like quote unquote knockoff Jordans. Work with me where I'm going with this one, where you seen like the, you know, people would get like a Dub Zero, customize it out, but it was never like an official Jordan, and you could obviously probably get sued to that. But it seems like Adidas on their side, right? All those ideas they actually made in an official collab and did it. You know, they did stuff with the Simpsons. You know what I mean? Stuff that I'm thinking of. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they were like, well, why not make it? We'll make an Adidas version. Did it stick? I don't think so, but I do think that it did gravitate and grab people's attention, which is probably what it was meant to do in the first place. You know what I mean? So I can see that. I can see both ways, but I mean, I ain't rocking no like, you know, Homer Simpson like Adidas in my opinion, right? That's just me, but there are some people that are die-hard Simpson fans. They would love to have that. You know what I mean? They would love to have the option. But it says, when Bonjour Gluten assumed control of Adidas in January 2023, the industry veteran inherited a company in turmoil. And that's usually how it goes. Usually when you take over, and I'm going through the same thing in my job personally, right? We got a company that came in, right? I'm going to just use paraphrase here. Came in, took over. Now it seems like you can tell they realize like, oh, damn, we kind of feel like we bit off a little bit more than we can chew. Now, do they extend things, keep it going? Do they like, all right, cool, we got to do this? Do we want to just, you know, give it back? We don't really want it no more. And it's easier said than done. Some people will take it back. Some people don't. Another example we can use is the UN, which is Urban Necessities. Homie kind of didn't realize, allegedly, right? Whole lot was alleged and opinionated, but mostly alleged, all alleged. And yeah, it's definitely all alleged, right? We don't know. I wasn't there. But seems like homie didn't know what he was signing. Then he got tricked out of his business. Then he came back trying to receive his business, but they, you know, I'm pretty sure they ain't signing it back over to him, which was kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we got Dartmouth in the building. Says pause. Trae Young signed to Jordan. I did not know that. Oh yeah, actually I did know that. Actually I did see that floating around. If I'm not mistaken, Divine Photos did post that in the Discord. If I'm not mistaken, right? So salutes to Trae Young, man. Definitely earned it in my opinion. I think so. It says, with determination, grit, and seasoned business instincts, the chief executive officer led a rival that has once again put the three stripes at the center of the sneaker conversation. It says, it's things tentatively that led the company supervisory board to extend Gluten's tenure as chief executive officer through December 31, 2030, right? Okay. And guess what? If he does a good job and continues to just go up, you know what I'm saying? They're going to extend the joint again. Because it's like, why not? If homie keep bringing in money, that's what it is. Same with Travis. He's bringing in money. His contract was, quote unquote, was going to end, and they extended the joint for, X amount of years. And I'm pretty sure we covered that story. So, yeah, you got options. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and they feel like you're achieving that, yes, you will most likely get offered an extension. You don't have to take it, but, if the deal is going great, why break it, If you think about people that's been with Nike and then had to leave Nike because they didn't get their contracts extended or didn't get an additional new contract. You know what I mean? It says, with his long-standing experience, his deep understanding of his history, his strong leadership, and his clear focus on quality growth, Bonjourn drove the success turnaround of Adidas during the past 3 years. Thomas Rabb, chairman of the supervisory board, said it's a statement on Wednesday, right? Okay, and this is my thing too. He definitely did something right, definitely turned some things around because they wouldn't keep him there. I would assume so. And obviously he's been paying attention to detail, I would hope. Or they could just be setting him up for the okie doke. But I mean, he's got it extended all the way to 2030. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they didn't just give it to him without thought. But sometimes that don't mean they didn't, It says, Rabe added that under Gluten's leadership, Adidas has made a tremendous operational and financial progress in challenging environments, laying a strong foundation for future sustainable top and bottom line growth in the future. So, again, he's saying he's doing all this under his leadership. One thing that I feel like happened under his leadership that they're not really mentioning about, but I mean, to be honest, it's probably not necessarily a bad thing, is, they had to cut ties with Ye. I can't talk Adidas without talking Kanye, right? And my thing is, like, Ye kind of did that to himself, but now he's kind of backtracking certain ways and trying to get a publicist on top of things, which I'm not knocking it. If it's messing up your bag, do your thing. But you had a great home at Adidas. Why mess it up? You know what I mean? I see you, Manny. Says Europe. What up, Manny? Manny with the kicks in the building. Y'all smash that like button, sub up. But yeah, this is my thing. You got a good thing. Even if you not happy with your situation, but you making money and you got a contract, and as close as he was to his contract, you know what I'm saying? And I've been in that situation before. I still keep it professional because you just never know. What if you can run it back? You don't want to bite your hands all the way that's feeding you. Then you can't go back. And then it's like, yo, nah, I'm not falling for that anymore. Easily. A lot of people could think like that. Because keep in mind, one thing that people forget to throw out, while we got a lot of AI, we also have the human factor, right? Nobody's perfect. It says the extension of his contract is a clear commitment to continuity, sustainability, and a continued trustful collaboration between the executive board and the supervisory board. Rabb noted that we are convinced that together with his executive board team, Bonjourn will continue to make Adidas successful in the long run, right? Okay. So again, they're saying like, yo, we ain't really lose nothing like that. I mean, nothing compared to every company, every sneaker company, I feel like, with the exception of a few, they didn't get what they thought they were going to get. They still good up in the millions and or billions. But, I don't feel like it was a slow incline if it had to happen, right? But I'm saying like, yo, they probably saying like, yo, it wasn't no dramatic one joint, and we ain't do no worse or better compared to our competitors. Let's run it back real quick, see how he do. I'm pretty sure somewhere in that contract, if you drop the ball a little too bad, obviously you'll see them not there, right? Let's just keep it real. And even if their contract say they can't do XYZ until this, they can still make your life a living hell. You know what I mean? If we're gonna keep it real, you know what I'm saying? It says since joining the company, Gluten set out plans for a roadmap aimed to make Adidas a healthy company by 2026. But Gluten said that during a press conference at the German company headquarters on Wednesday, the Adidas is ahead of schedule. We said we'd have a healthy company, but I think we can now say we have a successful company, not only in the short term, but also in the long term, the CEO noted. So I didn't know Adidas was pushing for a healthy vibe. And I'm not trying to diss them, and I'm not saying they wasn't, but I mean, when I think of fitness, right? I don't think of Adidas. I don't know why. I don't really think of Nike, even though technically I can contradict myself because majority of my workout gear is Nike, from the shorts to the joggers. But I mean, that's because I can't give me a pass because I'm like, yo, I'm also in the J's and I'm somewhat of a sneakerhead, I feel like. So yes, I do think of that whenever that, but do the average person think of that? In my opinion, when I first think about like workout equipment, what brand I want to go with, even if it's not a good brand, I know Steph Curry was over there, and I'm thinking Under Armour. I'm like, okay, cool, that's what I want. I don't think Nike, but then some people do because if you think about the athletes, they got fans too. You know what I mean? Let's see. Manny says AE and Pharrell sneakers are the only thing holding up Adidas at the moment. I'll give you that. Because I mean, to be honest, they're not. Yeah, that's kind of all they got, in my opinion. Few of the little ones and twos here and there, but overall, I feel like, yeah, the AEs have been carrying it. Pharrell Jellyfish has definitely been carrying the weight, But that's the point of having those type of deals. You know what I mean? Obviously, they made some smart decisions. Let's see. Devon says, "What up, Manny?" And he says, "Adidas do a good job with promos, but the thing is, the public is not rocking with them." And you know what? I wasn't even gonna get on this, but I got to vent real quick, and you know what I'm about to say. Speaking of Adidas, speaking of Pharrell, and speaking of the Jellyfishes, yes, I have gotten my money back, but it's been like, dog, I entered the raffle on a Saturday, and you mean to tell me I got my money back? Probably, if I had to guess, it had to be today. You know what I'm saying? On Wednesday. Damn near almost close to a week. You know what I'm saying? The Pharrell joints, in my opinion, from my pocketbook, while I got the money, it ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? I still got other things I got to buy too. But that's one thing I wish Adidas would work on. As far as like a approach like Nike, let us enter a raffle and then give us 30 minutes to enter. Or, let us enter a raffle and you don't charge a card unless we hit. That way we won't have to bind the burden. The one thing about soften the blow about taking an L from sneakers app is like, all right, cool, I'm going to go put in some footwork. My money's still there. I'll just go spend it here if they got it. You know what I'm saying? But if you think of like Adidas in that situation they put me in, hell, if y'all did another drop this and the third, hell, I would have had $600 pinning on my fucking card, bro. Nah, I'm good. No, thank you. Let's see. Let me hit the rest of this article real quick, and then we'll transition on to the rest of the Adidas. It says, indeed, the reported that sales in the fourth quarter of the fiscal 2025 grew 11% to 6.08 billion euros. That resulted in a net sale increase of 13%, and on our current natural bias for the full year entail sales tally of 24.81 billion euros. It says Q4 ended better than we expected, Gluten said on Wednesday. There was many issues in the world, and it was a vital but we are able to deliver during the double growth again. Keep in mind, these guys have been facing tariffs, this and that. It's not just Nike. It's been sneakers, and let me put it this way. It's been, if you getting product in the places they place tariffs on, no matter what you're selling, you're going to be, if you wanted to come over here, it's going to be a problem, It says, and with the global issues dominating the headlines and disrupting planning for 2026, Gluten is set to navigate the three stripes through even more turmoil. For physical 2026, Adidas is expecting its growth to slow. Damn, that sucks. So, I mean, that must mean they ain't really got no heat like that, or the collabs they had something they had to obviously hold up on, right? Or hold up, we can't do it right now, but we gonna do it. Says the brand predicts that the sales will continue to grow, but only in the high single digits this year. So it's gonna grow, but they don't have their hopes up. They plan, all right, we're gonna level out, but our growth, hell, we may not even really see a real growth. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Think about this. Adidas was one of the first pioneers to get proper cool collabs. Remember Run DMC? They had a deal with them, if I'm not mistaken. Korn's had a deal. You know what I mean? So Adidas obviously know the blueprint. So obviously what I'm assuming they're looking to get something over there too that maybe the younger generation is collaborating to or vibing to, Where we at real quick? Manny says Divine 100 salute and dope pick up the Tokyo Fives flames. They are definitely flames. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next story real quick because I want to make sure for like the last 15 minutes we talk the stocks in the red. It says despite Marco challenge, Adidas is making on to the innovation pipeline and its growth. So my bad, I said bank. I said making. I meant banking. Bacon. Banking on its innovation, right? Okay, it says Adidas CEO Bonjour says this new team is the game changer, right? That's what they say, right? Is it really a game changer? These guys got to come in there, adapt to the environment, see what needs being changed. People are usually stand off at first if they don't know who the new guy is. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like the disconnect comes from. Like, all right, cool. We got a good guy. He's good, but he don't know our way. He's got to know the old way. My thing is you got to know the foundation before you can set the top of the, food chain. You know what I'm saying? The Vine photo says appreciated Manny 100. It says Adidas CEO Bonjour knows what the company needs to move forward. More innovation. If I hear that word one more time, I feel like I'm going to do a freaking backflip, bro. Oh, God. But it says innovation, obviously, and I just contradicted myself because I just said it. It says improved performance in the U.S. market and a tighter relationship with the consumer. It says, and the company is set for success. Gluten said during a firm's Q4 conference call after a period of nothing being competitive, the new teams that has been in place for about a year began the game changer, and they're built to a lot of products. We have innovation pipeline. So Adidas saying we ready, we war ready, but we just gotta obviously. I feel like they don't know how they're gonna do. They want to figure out the best way, right? I'm gonna say it differently. They want to figure out the best way that they could deliver to their audience and reach everybody and make the sales at the same time and probably making it cost effective. Again, I don't work there, but I mean, in the times that we're in, nothing's cheap right now, right? It says, for the fourth quarter, operating profit growth to 164 euros on sales that grew 11% to 6.8 billion euros. Shares of Adidas on Wednesday fell 4.7% in over the counter. Midday trading for $82.50, and investors were disappointed in the brand's 2026 outlook. The forecast for the year for operating profit was 2.3 billion euros, reflecting the impact from the U.S. tariffs and negative exchange rate in the range of 200 million euros each, or a total of 400 million euros. Sounds like a big bag because it is. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't about to do your conversions and nothing like that, but I mean, easily some of this you can just already tell. We still talking the Millie talk, right? And Billy talk. But it says addressing criticism from the 3 year ago that Adidas didn't have the right performance product. The CEO said that the brand's product people, our development, design, and innovation people are as good as anybody else's, if not better. And he said he's very happy with the pipeline product that's currently hitting the market. So I'm assuming he's referring to the jellyfishes. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I feel like they're doing a great job over there with them, even though I haven't got a pair yet. So that says, what's new? It says the CEO highlighted innovations in foam, printed performance shoes, as well as heated and cooling technologies and apparel. I mean, I'm very curious. Like, I don't think I bought nothing in Adidas in like a long time. Last thing I actually copped was like probably, no, I definitely copped some Yay stuff, but after the Yay stuff went, I kind of like, you know what I mean? I look at Adidas, I do a video on it every now and then. I speak on it on a live every now and then, like now. But I don't really be thinking about them like that. I don't know why. And it could just be me. You know what I'm saying? It says, we have quite some innovation when it gets to a foam, when it's to a carbon, when it gets to how you treat it. He said, we are working a lot of activity or printed, and we're very, very close to actually launching performance shoes that are printed. That's that fancy way to say, like, we tried it, we got something, But the shit still, I don't want to take the risk. We gotta make sure we hit it at every angle, just in case if you motherfuckers put the shoe on and you trip or something. You know what I mean? I get it. It's a business thing, right? Business says achievements, right, or advancements is heating and cooling system for apparel, as well as the fit compression and climate cool are also important to help Adidas athletes look good, feel good, perform well. He noted, right? Okay, because keep in mind, they got deals too. Some people still going over to Adidas, but I feel like a lot of people be wanting Nike. But I mean, probably the better deal is based off of yourself. You know what I mean? Nobody knows what you're going through or what you need or how you need. You know, unless you're just talking to them. And even still, people can talk behind your back. But it says he also is a part of the strategic plan for growth and strengthening the U.S. business, which growth 10% in 2025. Europe and other large markets for the brand also saw 10% growth last year. Elsewhere, Greater China was up 13%, and Japan and South Korea each grew 14%. He also said that Latin America had been on fire for the last 2 years. So again, they're saying, hey, we trying to make some progress, but can't guarantee nothing because we still got those determining factors. Like, it's kind of one of those, like, whatever could, should have, would have happened will most likely happen probably whenever you got these type of deals on the table. You know what I'm saying? That's how business goes. It says, future growth will also mean mind-tunneling brand positions in the marketplace, and one way to do that is keeping tabs with the consumer. So, interesting. So, they got another way, different phase. They're already thinking ahead of the game. But my thing is this: you got to figure out the customer service part first and the flow first before you want to start doing that. But then again, I see where they're coming from. We're working backwards. But to be honest, the foundation should have been set a long time ago. Not like your best guessing after you already kind of set off the detonating bomb. You know what I mean? It says, we need to be closer to the consumer, and that means that the market will have to take more responsibility in decisions. Whatever we define a market to be, it can be a country or a region, he said. Outside the geographical strategy, gluten is everything focused on the local spots and smaller sports, right? Okay, I said spots, but I meant sports. My bad, my fault. Says both to be credibly and visibly. In the U.S., that could mean adding more college teams and more athletes. I think it's extremely cool that we see that we had both teams in the NCAA National Collective Athlete Association's final. He says, you know, when the Indiana, and that's Hooters, beat Miami, which that's Hurricanes, are all the players and Adidas was a great feeling, the CEO said, referring to the college football playoff in January 19, 2026. So again, I know, again, this is something that we got to pay attention to because believe it or not, things like this matter. It says, but it wasn't only there. You know who also won the volleyball tournament, and we won the NCAA soccer. And again, the showcase, again, that our sports marketing people in the U.S. now have the freedom to act, to resources to do what they write with the American market, he said. I mean, I get it. She wants to lock some of her stuff down, but I mean, to be honest, you got to keep in mind these are the same fans that made you and supporting you. You know what I'm saying? And yes, you can do it from a distant and different way, but you don't want to, if you have an option on the table, you don't want to just take it away for like selfish reasons, right? It says Adidas last year had 90 net stores, opening 247 new locations and closing 158. Rough math on that. You know what? I want to know personally. Let me hit the calculators. Calculator. Let me see. Calculator. So, what it's saying, like, the current mix of 60% and 40%, you know what I'm saying? We got that. It says, so we're running back. It says Adidas last year had 90 net stores, opening 247. So we're going to say 90 plus opening 247 stores. This is Adidas math, not mine. That's 364. It says, and closing about 158, which brings my grand total of 206. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to have to keep something around, you know, until then. So, I mean, this is whole direct to consumer process that people tend to like realize it didn't work out according to plan. We already had something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if Nike them don't got it, and not everybody has a Nike, then you're gonna go to your next local like foot store, pause, or sneaker store and see if they got it. You know what I'm saying? Adidas last year added that part, read that part. It says he said that the brand is also getting better at e-commerce. The current mix is 60% wholesale and 40% direct to consumer, which is DCC, with reflecting 23 present brick and mortar and 17 present e-commerce. We actually do believe 60-40 is very healthy, gluten saying. So, I mean, they're saying, hey, we can make this work if executed correctly. It says, looking ahead, he said that the upcoming soccer World Cup should be a positive for the brand over the next few quarters in 2026, with most of the business and footwear at 58%. The brand opened its first U.S.-focused soccer store in Advent World Cup Media in the American Dream Mall in the East Rutherford, New Jersey, right? Okay, hopefully I said that correctly. Gluten also said that Adidas is gaining momentum in footwear with running at the lower base, but accelerating in the growth and growing 36% in the fourth quarter. So Adidas moving in the right direction. It kind of reminds me of that like little engine that could. You don't give up, you keep going, you keep grinding, you keep pushing yourself, and that's what you're supposed to do. Says, I'm very proud to say that Adidas is back again as a leader. Says, we spent a lot of time establishing credibility, again, signing athletes and developing best performance shoes that exist. He said he spoke in a showcase product that the winning a lot of races as well as taking running performance features and bringing it to the normal manner, citing the brand's Evo SLV lightweight trainer featuring the brand's Light Straight Pro foam midsole this year. So again, they're saying we see the technology, we see what you guys doing. Keep going, keep grinding, keep pushing, right? It says the volume of the shoes is approaching 10 million pairs, so it's been a very successful, and we gone further with the everyday runner. He said, adding that Adidas also has plans to more competitive in the comfort running category when it launches in a hyper boost over the next couple of weeks and months. He described this as the most comfortable foam one could find in the industry. So, all right, so they're saying they got some new technology. Gonna see if they can do what they do with the foams. My foams are already comfortable, but I mean, if they can do it even better, we'll see what they're talking about, because that's gonna be interesting, right? You know what I'm saying? I get it. It says, and with more athletes participating in training across multiple disciplines, that the incorporated running and strength training. It says Gluten said that Adidas has built a special product for the hybrid training. In a separate hybrid news, the brand is also working on dress hybrids and such as the Adidas Samba Flex and featuring thick outsole and lug. So again, let me get through the rest of this article, and then we'll cover the last article real quick. We'll talk this stock situation, and we'll get up on my this thing, man, because, you know, Wednesdays, man. Still got to wake up and go to work tomorrow, but the grind don't stop. But it says he cited basketball as another sport that grew from the brand quarter four, following that the first 3 quarters of 2025 when it's had a negative growth rate. On top of those key strategies, Gluten also said that the company will continue to be a good corporate citizen, not only for the planet, but also for its 64,000 employees. Sheesh. I didn't know Adidas was moving like that. Y'all hiring, bruh? You know what I'm saying? I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on my joint. But hey, y'all hiring though? Because I'm very curious. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing what they got going to the table. I'm the type to probably fuck it up though, because I probably on told y'all, I'll be like, yo, you know we getting this and this. Now ain't nobody said nothing. Trust me, I know I work there. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be a huge problem. It says we have a huge responsibility. I'm also proud of knowing that now have 52% of our workforce being female to 48% male. Not because it's a target, because actually it showcases the evolution of the business, the CEO said. And again, I think I say that the female consumer is more important than the male consumer. So I get why he would probably think like a female consumer is better, because to be honest, lady, to the best of my knowledge, I'm not speaking for all ladies, but majority of the ladies, they love to go shopping. on your dime, right? And they know that if you got a man, that's more customers. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the shorty that's by herself and you're like, hey, come check out these Adidas. And they're like, yeah, I'm not a Jordan guy. I'm a Jordan female, That's how I be sometimes. Let me hit the rest of this article and then we'll wrap. No, we'll go one more article and then we should be good. We're making perfect timing. It says, we have a huge responsibility. It's also part knowing that we now have 50% of the workplace being female. We read that part. Now it's time to target, but actually in a showcase of the evolution of this business, the CEO said. And again, I think I can say that the female consumer is not more important than the male consumer. Exactly. Gluten also joined the company in January 2023. Will continue the CEO role through December 31st, 2030. So obviously he's doing something right, but he's been there since 2023. He's still kind of like, I feel like he still could be treated like the new guy compared to some people that's probably been working for Adidas for 10, 15 years, right? Last story, then we're going to get this thing wrapped up here, pause. So pretty much it says shoe stocks in the red Tuesday as the concept see over prolonged Middle East war, which I did see some about that floating around. So I can't really speak on it because I got to do more research, before speaking. It says the stock sell-off reflected investor concerns over the Middle East, reflect supply chains and other issues impacting the fashion and shoe sectors, right? It says the shoe stocks were the red Tuesday. It says following the 1,040 point tumble of the Dow early in the day over concerns over much wider conflict in the Middle East. So again, this Middle East thing, this war that we got going on, we're gonna feel it. If they don't figure it out, we're gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game go. Let me keep going real quick. It says, at the close trading Tuesday, shoe stocks regained some of the losses, but most stayed in the red. Among the footwear brand shares, the On Holding AG closed down at 61% to $42.91. It says where the company is reporting a higher quarter four profit and record sales that decline reflected in the investors' disappointment with its 2026 outlook. Again, you may be disappointed, but I mean, you're still up and you still kept the lights on. You know what I'm saying? People want to see always growth. Sometimes it don't hurt to go plateau. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt to go plateau and just keep it even and try to keep it, flush, and maybe slowly graduate over time. Some people just like what they do. You know what I mean? It says, while the company reported higher quarter fourth and record sales, the discipline reflected investors' disappointment with the 2020 outlook. Read that part. Dylan says, Cardion, and an analyst with William Blair, has an outperformed rating on the share of On, noting that even though the revenues were set 6% below the initial expectations, says we see the healthy brand with a strong demand and signals across the segments and geographically improving. So again, that one right there, I feel like they're piggybacking off of Adidas because Adidas is pushing that like, hey, we're a healthy brand, get our stuff, this and the third. I will say this, to be fair, I think it's kind of messed up, but to be fair, I see where these are coming from because health does sell. People are always going to want to try to get back in shape, man. I don't care no matter how slice and dice it. Especially at the beginning of the year. This is a booming banking joint. You know what I mean? So let me get through the rest of this real quick and we'll wrap this joint up in like 5 minutes. It says, among other shoe brands, shares of Asics was down nearly 6% to $28.71. So again, this is about to be, looks like it's across the board through all sneaker brands. Allbirds down 32%. You know what I'm saying? To 2.76. Bergenstock Holding Place was down 2.8% to $41. Nike, right? Okay, was down 2.7% to $59.39 a share. Crocs Incorporated fell to 1.7% of $85.38. Colares fell to 1.4% to $11.22, and Wolverine Worldwide Incorporated were down nearly 1% in these to $17.80. So everybody's been kind of feeling it, dog. it ain't just this. Like, if you feel like your shoes are sitting, more stuff is available. Because not everybody copping right now. Everybody being strategic. Because to be honest, we're living in a time right now and working where, in my opinion, we're living in the fear of unknown. You just don't know. You could wake up tomorrow and hell, the shit is awkward, right? It says, when it came to retailer shares, Deckers Outdoor Corp fell 4% to the $109.86. Designer Brands Incorporated declined 3.3% to $6.96. And Academy Sports Outdoors was down 0.7 to $59.78. Again, no company wants to be in the red. I kind of figured red was the bad situation. You want to be in the black where everything is, you making profit. Cool. You had DMO like one thing, close things out, close a business, but then you drop three other things and then two of them sell, but you sold it for double the price. That's a win. I don't recommend nobody do that because most people are going to notice. But, and you don't want the headache for yourself. But let me get through back to the article real quick. It says, because we got like 5 minutes, it says, there were three outliners that Stephen Madden Ltd. closed up to 0.7% to $35.86. And among the retailers, the boot brand was 0.8%, $186.80. And Shoe Carnival rose 0.7% of 2025. It says the report in the ENG said that the military action in the Middle East, the U.S. has dubbed the involvement of the Operation Fury has been potential to reshape the region, of which the significant impacts of the global economic and markets. And I'm assuming that's economy. My bad. I read that wrong. You know how you read something and then you say it wrong and then you go back and like, man, you know what that word is. That's me. It says, our team currently concerns for fashion sections surrounds prolonged pretty much supply chain disruption for China and Europe involving the Strait Homes. The Strait is the single most important checkpoint in the global energy trade, and it is now set in the active war zone. ING analysts noted that the consequences include spikes in shipping premiums, which I can see that. If we don't cut a deal, but we still getting our stuff from over there, they're like, we'll just raise the prices. And now at this point, the company's like, now you're dipping into my money because, hell, I got this much scheduled for profit. I just invested in this. So I'm looking for a return on my money. You know what I'm saying? Respectively, that's how I get at it, right? I'm not saying that's the case. But where we at real quick, it says Angie analysts noted that the consequences include spikes in shipping premiums, visual rerouting, and or pausing transits. The Gulf airspace closes along the innovation corridors between Europe and I want to say that's Asia, but they just kind of fact finder it. And potential the hot new renovation in the Red Sea that could see a closure. Alternative routing to that keep the goods moving in a previous tension episode. So again, they're like, yo, with all this going on, we kind of definitely need to make sure we're paying attention to everything across the board. You know what I'm saying? One of my coworkers, they got their eyes open, they're hip. Some of them have no clue, and I'll just leave it right there. I mean, like, to be honest, they're like a deer in the headlights if you tell them to just unplug something, But at the same time, to be fair, if you don't feel comfortable doing it, I guess that's why we're here. You know what I'm saying? I try, but I always thought sometimes you just got to get up off of you know what and do it. Last little part of the article says, for the U.S., the expectations for trade explosion of the Strait is limited, although higher global oil prices would impact U.S. consumers who are already stretched by ongoing inflationary pressures. The ING reports also noted that the conflict drags in uncertain ways on the business investments and consumer confidence. The growth outlook darkens as well. So let's talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, then we'll wrap this joint up right here real quick. That was a good article, too, to cover this. Pretty much the future of sneakers, like I've been trying to ask for the longest time. So they're saying their shoe stock is in the red on Tuesday. But, again, we can think of other scenarios and stories where, I feel like I can debunk it a little bit. But upcoming sneaker releases, I've seen these floating around. These are the Nigel Sylvester joints. Fire Reds, I'm going to be honest, I don't hate them. I would try to cop, but I ain't going to reselling or nothing. No, retail or nothing. I ain't paying resale for these joints, but they fire. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. And then if you just go down the rabbit hole to what we got left, I saw this. Obviously, the Air Max 95 Neon. I've been waiting since last year. This joint in a raffle last year. It was limited. So I'm going to see if I can cop 2 pair tomorrow at work. Nah, actually, I'm going to just see if I can cop multiple pairs when they drop. Because, so hopefully I can get my hands on my phone this time the third. I'm going to see if I can do a little footwork after work, see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I really just want 1 pair. That's my biggest thing. So Air Max 95 Neons. Y'all know the significance with Stevie Williams doing that switch heel flip in them joints, which really means a lot to the kid. You know what I'm saying? Because he came up. You know what I'm saying? That really got him together. And look where we are now. You know what I'm saying? Let me check the sneakers app for some other drops. I'm going to put myself back on the main screen. And yeah, we'll get this party keep going. Let me see. Let's see, sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Was editing content beforehand. Let's see, we got the Air Max 95 tomorrow. Let's see, some of the Nike SB Ashad drop stuff didn't even sell out for real. He's not my favorite skater though, to be fair. Then we have the Air Griffey Air Max 1 Royals. They were nice. And then the women's Air Jordan 1 High OG, Psychic Blue and Pale Ivory. So again, looks like Nike and Jordan Brand got it under control. Also, didn't want to forget those pretty much Air Jordan 4 Kobe's. I got to get in the stew and lock in and edit that joint, but that's coming Saturday as well. Those purple joints, I think those are going to be a problem, RIP to Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I don't see nothing other major really poking out. We do got the Air Foam Positive Pro and the University Blue joints, but that's not till March 27th. And yeah, that's it, man. So I've been on this joint for like an hour and 2 minutes. Let's go and wrap things up. I'm on the main screen right now. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love. Smash the like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new. If you haven't done so already, of course, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional Tron hauls, and you'll know we have Music Monday as well. I'll be back live again Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, more content on the way. Sub up, smash the like button, and yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. Oh, I'ma cry away. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me